Hello YouTube. Welcome to Unpacking the Diecast Insanity. First up, we got, what is this? Honda Civic Si. Kind of goofy casting. Don't think the proportions are right. This one's a pretty cool Matchbox though. This is back before Matchbox started doing headlight and taillight detail. It's an older Matchbox. Still pretty cool TT. Oddie TT. And we got a Honda Civic, which is a much better casting than the first Honda we looked at. Then we have another Honda Civic. It's weird that says Honda Civic on it because it has like a Mitsubishi paint scheme on it, don't it? Kind of looks like, it does have the Honda symbol in the back. I don't know, the paint scheme on it really makes it look like a Mitsubishi, not a Honda. And we have a Matchbox 1935 Ford. Pretty cool little truck. Then we got a 32 Ford from Hot Wheels. Got a Datsun 510 wagon. Color variation to the 32 Ford. It's like a reverse color. Pretty cool. That's like a flat satin black. Awesome. They look quite good together. Got Batmobile with blue flames. Not sure when it came out. They've released so many of them, so many times. Got a 1979 Hot Wheels. Well, it has a metal base, that's what it says. Probably when the casting was released. I think this came out like in Cool Classics or something that had the Spectraflame paint. Which would have been like the early 2000s or something. To the mid 2000s. Awesome paint job on it though. Looks a lot like this car, just with the hood and headlights. And then we got a 56 Ford. Looked pretty cool in the Queen. I didn't pick up all these, but I did pick up a couple of them. Got a Chevelle convertible, 1970 Chevelle convertible, red line tires, flames in the stripes, pretty cool. Front detail, no rear detail. And we got a 69 Camaro, Hot Wheels. '71 Dodge Challenger. Awesome car. Dodge Charger SRT 8, which I think this casting is a little off. I don't think it's right on. It just, the proportions of it just don't look right to me. 1970 Plymouth Cuda Matchbox. Pretty high stance on it, but not a bad looking car. '58 Thunderbird. Pretty cool looking car here. '40 Ford. Pretty cool little drag truck. Next we have a couple Dodge Darts. Look like 68s. Dodge Darts. Pretty cool car. This one doesn't say what it is on the base, but it looks like it's a Dodge. Looks a lot like the Dodge Dart. It has little things on the side that this don't, but the hood and everything else looks identical. Base is different. This base doesn't say what it is. This is the same casting, says Dodge, color variation, doesn't say what it is on the base. And this is a 68 Dodge Dart. Doesn't have the things on the side. Huh. Anybody know which casting this one is? Let me know. But I think it might be a Dodge Dart, just a different variation with a different base. Slightly different casting. Okay, here's a 68 Dodge Dart again, Z-Max. So we have 3 color variations of the Dodge Dart with flames. And then we got a 66 Ford. Pretty cool. And that's followed up by a 66 Chevy Nova, which is a casting I do collect from Hot Wheels. And we got some good Hot Wheels. Few coming up. Got the 94 BMW M3 in a racing livery. Looks really awesome. Don't know if you guys hear the sirens going down the road. Hope everything's okay. This one would be a favorite of a lot of people, and it doesn't say. This one does have a little wear on it. It's not a fresh blister pull. Picked it, probably found it at a flea market, so definitely need to get one on the blister and crack her open to replace this one. This one can become a custom or something, or just leave it like that. Sometimes I like the weathered, played with. That's what you call it? WTFOR. That's what he would call it, is playwear, which adds character. And we have the same casting here which all the other ones I showed you were fresh blister pulls, including this one. This one was probably recently released at Target, I think. And whatever release Target does. Really, really awesome Monte Carlo SS. So that's what the Holly one is a Monte Carlo SS. And this one, which does not have the opening hood, which used to, I think is a Buick Grand National, but it does not say on the base. But I'm pretty sure this is a Buick Grand National. Personally, the Buick Grand National, the Monte Carlo SS, any 87 or from this era, one of these cars I would absolutely love. Very iconic body shape. If you watch NASCAR in the 80s, this is what they ran. They ran all these, what are they, the G bodies or something? Well, that's what they ran in NASCAR, was the G body. Or the Monte Carlo. And then this one, which is mint condition, from the flea market, bought it loose. It's Dodge Viper, of course. SRT Viper GTS-R. But this is from 2016. It's a multi-pack exclusive. So, but I got it for $1 loose. Didn't have to buy a big pack of fantasy cars to get it. Next, we got a really awesome Johnny Lightning. I cannot read the writing on these. It is so teeny tiny. There it is on the bottom. It even looks small in the camera. But I'm pretty sure it's a Chevy Nova, which is a casting I do collect by Johnny Lightning. And this thing looks sick in the flat black. Then we're going to take a look at a whole bunch of M2s. I'm not going to take them out of the packaging because we've already done that before with all these in previous videos. So I'm just going to show them. If I ever highlight them in a future video, I'm definitely going to take them out of the packaging. None of them are in blisters or anything like that. They're all in these. I just keep them in these. It keeps them nice and organized, keeps the dust off them. So I really like keeping my M2s in these. M2s tend to be fragile, and when you keep them in these, at least if you drop it and a part breaks off, it stays inside of here. So you don't lose it. So we're going to go ahead and go through a bunch of these. And in case I didn't say it earlier in the video, this is unpacking of the diecast insanity. This was a whole bunch of mainline Hot Wheels that they were all wrapped up in tissue paper, and I unwrapped all of them, and now they'll go into the mainline collection, and then all these M2s will get stored away with all my other M2s. So first up, we got the 73 Chevy Custom Deluxe 10. So Chevy Silverado casting. Looks pretty freaking awesome in the orange and white. I'm waiting for this to come out in the yellow and the white. Definitely pick that up, because my dad had one growing up that was yellow and white, two-tone, just like this. I haven't been going after all of these M2s, but I've went after quite a few of them. So here's another one in green. I came across the case of these, so I didn't pick. I think I picked up 4, maybe 5. There was one I didn't, which was a white one that had all the crazy stuff going on with the paint, and there was no chase or nothing in it, but Here we got a really, really awesome time model. And this is a GTR LB Performance. Awesome, awesome. This is die-cast metal. It is a heavy casting. But this car looks amazing. Love it. Love flat black. Awesome car. And we have a Tarmac Works, Oddie R8 LMS. All of these are real official race cars that race in all them races that are in all the countries over in like Europe and stuff. And the detail on this thing is insane. The engine detail on it, the interior, roll cage, race seats. I mean, they go all out. Little antenna up on top. This is where Tarmac Works really, really, I mean, prevails to me, is with all the racing cars and the racing liveries. And especially if you're into these kind of races over there, the LMS races or whatever they are, they're just, the cars are insane. Got a 1949 Mercury. Got a 1971 Nissan Skyline Gtr, which has a rubber band around it, which means it's never been out. So, definitely going to have to take this one out, get the rubber band off it. This is a casting I do collect from M2. I don't collect a whole lot of castings from M2, but this is definitely one of them I do collect. And just such an amazing casting. We got another 73 Chevy Super 10 Silverado in a factory blue and white. Freaking awesome. This car and this car both came from Diecast Room. I'm pretty sure they were extras in a trade. So if you've never checked out Diecast Room, make sure you check him out on YouTube. He has an awesome channel. Shows a bunch of awesome cars. This one probably came from him. Probably have a couple more that came from him in this box maybe. But so this is oh, the heck is it? Does it say? It's a Land Rover or Porsche Renault. I don't know. I don't know what the heck this is. I think it's a Land Rover. Awesome little casting though. Says it's 1/60th. Can't see the glare. Sorry. And then we have another 1971 Nissan Skyline from M2, which has a rubber band around it. So, I have two Skylines I'm going to have to open up and get the rubber band off now. We have an Auto Art Ford GT, which is probably the very best early 2000 Ford GT that they made in die-cast form. Beautiful, beautiful casting. If anybody wants to see these taken out and a closer look at them on the turntable, let me know, and in a future video I can do that for you. Casting I collect from M2, which there's only a handful of castings that I collect, and I don't go after every variation. I only go after the variations I like. The variations I don't like of M2, I don't buy. They have a bunch of wacky themed stuff I just don't really care for, so I don't buy any of them. But any of the Edelbrock, Moon Eyes, or any factory looking color variation, I will go for. So this one is the Moon Eyes, limited to 6,800. And the Skyline I collect from M2 also came out in this Moon Eye, which I still need to get. I haven't got it yet, but love this casting. M2 just killed it on this casting and the Skyline casting, and they do have a couple other good castings. This Ford truck's definitely one of them. Looks really good in all blue. Here's one of the most expensive die-cast cars I've ever bought. And I think it might be my only ignition model. Ignition models are really expensive, but the detail on them is absolutely insane. Like the rims. This is a Rocket Bunny. The stand it comes on, I mean, they just kill it in every way. Still very happy to have this for the Burgundy car collection. Wanted one car to represent the ignition model. And I probably will eventually break down and buy a GTR ignition model, because I really do love GTRs, and I love having an example of all of them. And I got a TLV GTR, and I just really feel like I need an ignition model GTR. And there's a couple other brands that I've never broke down and picked up that I think I should. So and then we have another Audi R8 LMS from that racing series over in Europe. And it's in the Tarmac racing livery, looks like. Awesome, awesome car. Happy to have them. Not going after every variation, and I just wanted a couple variations. I love the Audi R8 LMS. Next we have a TLV LV-N 186 Tamika Limited Vintage. I don't see the R8. It's a Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution. And if you don't have a TLV in the collection, it's definitely worth picking up at least one vehicle you like in a TLV, because when you feel it in your hand, you feel the quality of it, and you instantly know it's like an adult collectible. It's definitely nothing that any kid should play with or get their hands on. All kinds of stuff you would break and damage if you played with it. But the detail, the lensed headlights, the windows, the tail lights, the lens tail lights, everything they do. And you get a metal base. Or no. Yeah, you get a metal base, suspension. I mean, they do everything they can to make that thing look real. I mean, it's just nuts the amount of detail they put in their vehicles. It's like no detail left undone. Little detail there. I mean, just crazy, crazy, crazy. Highly recommend picking up at least one TLV. They're way less than a Super, but you can usually pick up a TLV for $20 shipped or less. 15. I think maybe $15 shipped. I challenge you. But for $20 shipped or $25 shipped, you're really gonna have your tons of options. Here's a, I think this is a Tomica Premium. Yeah, Tomica Premium. Which is a Tomica Skyline Turbo Super Silhouette. Very popular casting. Hot Wheels has done it. I have every variation of it but the TLV. I'll never own the TLV variation. I think it sells for like $350. I'll never pay that kind of money. This one at the time when I got it, I think it was like $10 or $20. I think it was like $10 maybe. I don't know. It wasn't very much. But awesome casting. It's all metal. I think it's a CCM variation that's all plastic. One of them is all plastic I have. But I have probably four or five different brands that make this. I mean, right here I got the Tamika Limited, maybe. It says Super Silhouette. I think I got the Tomica Premium, and then I think this is a Tomica Limited, which the detail is just a little bit better. Not much. But the rims and the tires are definitely better on this one. I think this is Tomica Limited. It's a little bit smaller, a little bit higher stance, a little skinnier. It's probably a little bit more accurate than the Tomica Premium. Tomica Premiums tend to run a little large. No matter what though, two very awesome castings that I love having in the collection. Then we have a Green Machine 69 Chevy Camaro. Then we have a Mini GT Gtr, which if you know me, I cannot resist these darn GTRs. And the last car we got to show you today is a Kyosho Porsche. But the detail on that GTR just, that's why I can't stay away from them. For $10-15, I mean, holy cow, the detail, the windshield, the window in the back window, I mean, the lens tail lights, everything they do is just amazing. Absolutely amazing. So the last card today is this Kyosho Gtr 3 or something like that. Awesome car. As I knock everything over. Good thing it's in that case. I wanted you to see the rear fin on this thing, though. It's like a double fin. Just crazy the amount of detail. Well, that's all I got to show you today. Let me know which was your favorite car. Let me know if there's any of the ones you wanted a closer look at. And please make sure to like, subscribe, and have a good day. Thanks.